Okay, UK turn 1. So what I'm going to do is spending 25, saving 3. So I'm getting 1 fighter and 5 infantry. 1 fighter, 5 infantry. So spending 25, saving 3. Combats. This destroyer is going to go 1, 2 into here. One of these fighters is going to go 1 and jump into there as well. One of these fighters is going to go 1, 2 and jump into there as well. 1 fighter from here and 1 bomber is going to come down and go 1, 2, 3, 4 each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Giving no fighter movement for the fighter, but 2 movement for the bomber. Destroyers coming in, as you probably expected me to do, Taranto. All these are moving in. This fighter is going to go 1 and jump onto this. This cruiser, 1, 2, 3. Actually, this fighter is going to jump into there. This fighter from Gibraltar is going to go 1, 2, 3. Sorry for the poor shoddy work. I think that's about it. So combat wise, I'll do the cruiser engagement first. So I've got 1 cruiser and 1 fighter hitting on 3s. 1 hits. You've got a destroyer on 2s. Misses. I think it's actually a cruiser, not a destroyer. My brain. Either way, it was a 4, so it misses. Yeah, it was a destroyer. So then you've got Taranto. So I'll bring this to the battle board. It's a bit easier to see. So 1 fighter with no movement left, and I've got 1 fighter with 2. So I'll put these dice beside the 2. Aircraft carrier, which is attacking, but it's just there to take hits potentially, and a landing spot, and other way around. And then you've got a cruiser, which is there, battleship, and a transport, which is nothing. But I will find out if you want to scramble. In the meantime, actually, while I wait for you to decide about scrambling, which I'm assuming you're going to, because there's no, unless you're just bluffing with the fighters. So I'm going to put them down here anyway, because I suspect you're going to. I'll finish off the rest of the turn. So I've got the other combat up here, which is my destroyer on 2, and then I've got 2 fighters on 3. So destroyer is red, 2 fighters are black, which I've got 2 hits, which the planes cannot hit the sub, so I can't assign both. I can't assign any. Oh no, I can while I have a destroyer. So never mind. So I will assign 2 hits, which will be both. Your defensive rolls back. You have 1 sub, so I'll do the sub as red and the battleship as black. And battleship as black hits. So I will lose the destroyer, but I destroy the battleship and the sub. That was my only other combat. So then it will be non-coms because we'll resolve this. So I'll just grab all these videos together. So these planes will land back in London. This transport will go 1, 2, 3 and drop a tank and a troop off in London. This transport will take 1 troop from Scotland. It doesn't matter because I'm going to merge them anyway. So he's actually going to go down first into London. So there'll be 1 troop on this transport. This AA gun's going to go into London as well. He's going to pick up 1 and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 into Gibraltar, I guess. Yeah, these guys are going to move across to Quebec. Actually, he might even go to Gibraltar. He'll go to French West Africa. Yep. This guy in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan will jump back to Cairo. Guys in Rhodesia will move up 1. This destroyer will go 1, 2, 3. This fighter, which went 1, 2, 3, will land in Malta. This transport will go back 1, 2, 3. I'll go back 1, I'll go there. And I can't see anything else, so just waiting for... Oh, and Alexandria. These guys will move back 1, the tank and the artillery. And yeah, that will be the end of the turn. Waiting to see the results of your scramble comment. Okay, you chose not to scramble, so combat here. I've got 1 destroyer on 2 or less. I've got 1 cruiser, 2 fighters on 3 or less. 2 hits. I've got 2 a tactical and a bomber on 4 or less. So I've got 3 hits total. I'm going to assume 1 on the battleship, cruiser, and a fighter. Your returns, you've got 1, 3, which hits, and you've got 4 4s. So I'm going to take 2 on my carrier. Destroyer, so that's 3. Cruiser, it's 4, and a fighter, it's 5. I'm going to push. I've got 1, 3. It's a hit. I've got 2 4s. It's another hit, so that's 2 more hits. Which I assume battleship saving the fighter. Which I'll leave the German fighter left. Then your 3 4s back. It's 1 hit. It hurt me greatly to do that. I'm going to lose this fighter regardless, so I may as well lose it now. The tactical will go down to 3. That's a hit, which is enough, and then your defense is a hit. So I will lose the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll lose the tactical, and my strat bomber will be the only one left alive. And then he was 5, so 6, 7, landing in Malta. Actually, he'll go 6, 7, and land in Syria. And then my buys, I've got another 5 infantry going into the UK, as well as an additional fighter. So only the strat bomber survived here, and then went 1, 2 into Syria. And then my buys, which was 5 infantry, 1 fighter, went both into the UK. And that is all for the UK's turn. So then income for the UK is 28 plus 5 for all the continent of Africa, 5 for that continent outside Africa, so that's 10. There are still Axis ships in the Med, and there's no UK-Europe land unit on originally controlled French territory in Europe, so just 10. So 38. No convoys that I see, just to double check. No.